Morning nonsense talk with Joe and Tony. I thought you guys were going to talk about the fights. We will. God, we will.
Getting there. Warming up.
So,
Fight before fight.
when do you think that Joanna and you will go on your first date?
I think it's going to be really soon, is my theory. As you saw in this fight when she defended her championship last night, she's very into me. She kept looking at me.
Dude, she did keep looking at you.
Between every round, she made a point to I sort of felt like her backup corner man.
She looked over at you, pointed to you, and started talking to you at one point.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy.
I know. Even Joe in DC turned around at one point, like, what the hell?
And she's
your guys' thing.
Pointing at Tony and talking to him.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
And like I was, we inspire each other. Like she was looking at me and I'm like clapping. I'm looking at her like, you got this. You got this.
That's so crazy. And then she was doing some sort of an interview before the fight, and she said something, and people were laughing, and they were joking around about it. She goes, maybe Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe will take me on the road with them.
Yes. She's so funny. She could do anything she wants. The way she works, she's already funny.
Dude, she's a bad woman.
She gave her opponent a piece of cloth cut out to look like a belt that just said fantasy across it. The way.
So she probably did that herself, right?
Oh, totally.
She's like in the bathroom and shit at the hotel. I'm making her fantasy belt.
Yes, exactly.
This is all you get, bitch. This is as close.
Enjoy your piece of cloth.
But man, that girl that she fought, Jessica Andrade, what a tank.
Yeah.
That woman is a tank.
It's interesting, man. The women in that weight class are all very tough. And they always put up a fight up until the rounds go on. She just doesn't get any more tired than she does. You know what I mean? Like she does, but she doesn't show it. And those chicks all start to wear down.
You could see the slightest evidence of it in the last round. That she was slowing down a little bit, but still always on her feet, still moving.
Yeah.
Both of them, man. They're both in phenomenal shape. Because you got to give it up to Andrade. She took a fucking beating, man.
Oh, yeah.
A beating, and kept coming forward.
Yeah. A lot of front leg kicks. She absorbed those whipping little Joanna Polish iron legs.
She had to switch her stance a couple of times. She switched back and forth. She's getting that leg chewed up. She got tagged with some good shots, including a few head kicks.
Yeah, a lot of head kicks, man.
Yeah.
At least somewhere between 5 and 10 is what I counted. Just big, snappy head ones, and that front snap kick to the chest that she loves.
Mm-hmm.
Just makes me cringe. That would hurt anybody.
Yeah, it was a really interesting combination. Oh, Jesus, bitch. This is, now you get to understand why Tony was attracted to her voice.
That's her over the lots.
But it was a perfect combination of like a ruthlessly powerful, attacking, determined person versus like a person who maybe doesn't have as much physical power or maybe doesn't have as much pop in their shots, but is a brilliant tactician and a brilliant technician. Like her technique is so good, man. Her footwork is so good. She pops that jab out. The way she slips that leg kick in, slap. She's so high level, man. And Andrade kept trying to corner her. She's like, nope, not today. No, we're not staying put. We're not standing in front of you. She never really stood in front of her. She kept moving.
She kept throwing a lot of just one punches, I noticed Joanna was. In the first few rounds, a little bit different than the multiple combinations that I usually see her throw. And I was going to yell, combinations. But then I'm like, what the hell do I know? And I just start yelling, set it up. Set it up, Joanna.
You know what's interesting, man? The real high-level kickboxing, like World Championship Muay Thai and Bellator and Glory and all those high-level kickboxing events you see on television, it's all 3-minute rounds. And what she's doing is she's kickboxing, massive footwork, but she's also fighting off takedown defense, which makes you even more tired, and she's adding another 2 minutes. It's really interesting.
Well, I mean, if I showed you at least all the fights that I've seen, which is the last 4 or 5, whatever UFC fights, if we made a compilation of her getting taken down, Joanna Jedrzejczyk, she pops right back up.
Yeah.
Every single time against Gedalia, against Valerie Letourneau, against everyone. She absolutely refuses to stay down.
Yeah,
it's
she's
a weird mentality that my old wrestling coach I know wishes I had. All the times he yelled at me, "Get up!" And it's hard. There's a big, muscular person on your back, but she just like sees through it. She just looks at it one step at a time. You can almost see she plants her foot, she posts up, and she stands up. It's like she doesn't even look at it like a challenge.
She's also a superior athlete, and a big part of her athleticism and in her kickboxing is her legs. A big part of it is her ability to move, which is like a lot of plyometric type activities, and also her ability to throw power, like in her leg kicks and her knees and stuff like that. So her base and her legs are really strong, and when you take her down, she's so technical with her Muay Thai that she becomes that technical, I'm sure, with her grappling too. So she's doing the right things, and she's got a lot of power, a lot of physical power with her legs. She's explosive and fast. Her balance is sick. Very, very hard to take down.
Yeah.
And if you get her down, good luck keeping her down. She's a little cat.
Yeah.
She's really interesting, man.
And she was in full control when what seemed to be the, oh my God, how did I forget her name? Did she just fight last night?
Jessica Andrade?
Yes, Andrade. When Andrade would put her against the fence, she would spin. She would put her against the fence almost immediately.
Yeah.
Just like she didn't want Andrade to think that she had control at all for a second, and she didn't. It turns out she didn't have control.
It was really interesting because she was always dangerous, though. Even though she had control of Andrade was still winging bombs at her.
Yeah.
Like any one of those could shut the lights out.
Totally.
That girl was so tough, man. I'm so impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm super impressed with Joanna because, I mean, she's so skillful. Her movement was beautiful. And the fact that she was able to do that for 25 minutes against a marauding challenger like that. That girl just kept coming forward, man. She'd tag her, she kept coming forward. Kick her, keep coming forward. I mean,
think it's really hard for women to knock out other women in that weight class especially, right? But I think that it would be beneficial to some of these women if Joanna was just a little bit stronger to knock them out. I think taking 300 of those hep, like little demon stone hands to the face, like...
Did you hear what Cormier said when he was doing commentary? He goes, she should have gone to jail for what she did to Carlos Esparza. She should have gone to jail. And he was laughing when he said, he's a funny dude, man. Cormier is fun. And he's so comfortable now. It's really interesting. He's so loose. His trash talk is better.
Yeah.
Like he's a different person.
I've never heard you guys both on there at the same time. Are you guys both covering the what's happening?
Yeah. All of it.
And is that weird for you to have someone?
It's great.
Like it?
Love it. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I like doing it with him, and I like doing it with Dominic Cruz too, and I want to do it with Brian Stan. But man, it's fun. It's like doing it with a friend. It's like, and plus you're both enjoying the fights together. Like there was one point, dude, Daniel Cormier is a fun guy, man. Yeah. He's really fun. Like he says funny shit, and like he'll look over at me in the middle of the fight, like a crazy fight. He'll like slap you on the arm and go, God damn! And, like look over at you, and he'll like mouth it sometimes. Like he'll like share a moment with you, like where he's looking at this, like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Like holy shit. And hi, how you doing? I just ate. Yeah, we both just ate right before we got on board.
You okay?
Yeah, but
be some snacks then later.
I'd just like a water, please.
Water?
Yeah.
I'll have a cup of coffee.
Actually, I'll have a coffee as well.
Coffee as well. Cream and sugar?
Yes.
Just
cream, please.
Perfect.
Thank you. But dude, he's really funny, man. Like super funny and like real friendly. It's real weird how people don't see him that way, like in the public eye.
Right.
And I think he's been like a little stiff in some press conferences, but this recent one that he did with John Jones, it was hilarious. You hear what he said to him? He goes, John, I don't even know if this fight's gonna take place. If you don't get in trouble for steroids or doing cocaine or sand